Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Katie, and today is part 2 of my Christmas party prep. Yesterday I showed you guys my hot cocoa board or hot cocoa charcuterie board, and today I'm going to show you how I made my charcuterie board, which is like an actual cheese board. By the way, yes, I did have to Google how to say charcuterie board. That is a difficult word. A little bit embarrassed that I had to Google it, but then after going to the party, everybody else said they Googled it as well. So I'm not alone in that. Leave me a comment if you already knew how to pronounce it. Anyways, so I thought I would show you guys, this is the spread I laid out, and I thought I would show you guys exactly what I ended up doing to build my board because it's actually a bit harder than I had imagined. I feel like Pinterest misleads us. So the first thing I did was I got a large cutting board at Ross for about $17. And then I have these ice cream and whiskey glasses that I put on the board and I put olives in there. I didn't want to put the olives on the board because they're oily. So I put them in the cups, and it also adds like depth and dimension to the board by getting a couple of things lifted up. So I'm adding my brie right now, and to make my cheese tags, because I did not think ahead and buy cute ones, I actually just printed some out. I used the Notes app to write it, and then I taped them to toothpicks. To pick out the cheese, I actually went to Whole Foods, and the cheesemonger there helped me. She was saying you want to have a couple soft cheeses, a couple hard cheeses, and a couple mediums. And she said one thing that is always a must is on your cheese board, you always need a white cheddar, a blue, and a brie. And she said everything else you can build around that. So that's what we did. I put the brie on. In the back is a truffle Gouda. I've got a Parmesan here. The Parmesan goes really, really well with fruit and especially apples. I'm putting little baby apples that I found at Whole Foods. And then as for my soft cheeses, the brie, the mozzarella, and I think that's it. Oh, I did have a soft Gouda that I did not put on the board because I did run out of space, but it came in handy having that second one due to the fact that people went through the cheese quite quickly. This is the cheddar. It's a white cheddar and it was absolutely amazing. The cheesemonger at Whole Foods was saying that whenever she does macaroni and cheese at home, she always uses that one. So that's definitely on my list of things I want to try. So I'm just spacing the cheeses out so that it's leaving room to put stuff in. This is a blue cheese. I was not going to touch that. I have a thing about blue cheese. I can't eat it, can't touch it, don't like to look at it. But anyway, so I was going through putting the cheeses on. I did not want the cheeses to touch each other because I wanted to be able to layer the meats and the fruit in between and the nuts and the dates and all of that stuff. I didn't add vegetables to the board for two reasons. One, I ran out of room. And two, I wasn't serving a dip for vegetables, so I decided not to add them on. I'm going to go ahead and add my crackers before I add my meat because the crackers take up a lot of room and the meat literally is not going to take up much because it stacks so nicely. So I got breadsticks because I saw on Pinterest every charcuterie board had breadsticks, and actually people loved these. I was so surprised how much they loved them. So these are just plain crunchy breadsticks. They had some roasted garlic ones, but the cheesemonger had advised not getting those because it can affect the flavor of the cheese. And then I just got some plain crackers that they sell at every single deli. You'll see them at the Safeway deli, the Walmart deli, regardless of where you're at, they will sell those. And so I'm putting those on. These are actually like so good. I ate a whole pack by myself just the other day, I'm not gonna lie. And then I also got some cranberry crackers and fig crackers. And these are actually really interesting because they have like little bits of like banana and cranberry and dates and stuff like that in there. And they taste amazing. They look like they're going to be really crunchy and hard, and they're not. They're like fantastic. I love them. I did get some of those mozzarellas rolled in salami just because every cheese board had it. It wasn't a big hit, so I'm not sure why on Pinterest like every cheese board had it, but it did. And then I'm just adding just some plain salami on the back there. I'm just going to be putting the meat in to fill the bare spots. Again, I still have fruit that I'm going to be putting on this board, so I don't want to overfill it. And also, some people get weird about meat, so I wanted to make sure that it was there as an option, but it wasn't like the overwhelming thing, especially because I wanted the cheese to be the big display, because that's how it always looks on Pinterest, and all I wanted was a Pinterest-worthy cheese board. So I'm going to add in the fruit now. So these are some red grapes. I've got some green grapes, some apples, some dates. I also got nuts. For my nuts, I did pistachios and cashews. Apparently nuts is like very important on a cheese board. I didn't realize that until I went to Whole Foods. And one of the things that the girl said is you have to have pistachios and cashews on your cheese board minimum. You can do other things like walnuts and almonds, but mostly you've got to get pistachios and cashews. So I'm also adding in my dates. The dates were wildly popular too. That was one of those things that was like you could do it or not do it. It was up to you. And I decided to do it, and people were so happy it was done. You can see the cheese board is coming together so nicely. At Whole Foods, by their cheese section, they have so many amazing salamis. So I ordered a couple of different kinds, and then I just laid them on the board. I did not print a label for which is which, and I thought I really should have, but to be honest, at this point, I was just being lazy. I mean, I know I've seen some people build their cheese boards where they put each piece of salami on individually so it stacks really nicely. I just pulled it off the paper and stuck it on there. I'm not going to lie, it was stuck together. But by this point, I was running out of time. I was like really watching the clock because I had a strict time that the party was going to start. People know how I am. And because we're doing this for our boat parade, on my marina that I live on, they do a boat parade every year, and that starts at a very specific time. So I knew that I needed to get it done, and I was running out of time. It was just like, just get it on there. But all in all, I was so happy with how it came out. Everybody else was ecstatic. They loved it. I added prosciutto and just a lot of different kind of like aged and dry meats. And then I also did a smoked salmon and a candied salmon with some cream cheese. And I did, what else? I did a camembert with some crusty bread. And then I did a fruit plate. Because I had the prosciutto, I wanted to make sure I offered some melon. So I had that. And then I also did by the way, in the camembert, I scored it really well and then put honey and rosemary before baking it, and it just came out so beautiful and it tasted amazing. Like I said, I did my fruit plate, which people were really loving. I also did some olive tapenades, grilled artichoke hearts, and okra. The pickled okra was a huge hit, by the way, so definitely include that. And then at Whole Foods, they had a candied brie with fig and almonds, and people loved that. And then I had a spinach bread bowl, again, obsessed, and some honey, and it was amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you end up doing any type of Christmas party entertaining, it really, really comes in handy to do a cheese board. It's super simple and people love it. Give the video a thumbs up if you like this, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!